And with that, we're all set. Hello there, everyone. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of LA Noire. Yes, so quick recap of last time. Phelps and Earl went to a boxing match. The boxer was supposed to take a dive, but he didn't, so he ran away with a lot of money. We pursued his girlfriend. However, she was killed. It turns out that we thought she had been shot, but it turns out she had actually been stabbed. But it wasn't her boyfriend it wasn't the boyfriend that did her in. It was the manager who was upset that the suspect didn't take a dive. We killed everyone, and then Phelps, being the good guy he is, sent the suspect away and told him to take the money and just go. Unfortunately, Earl was pissed off at us because that's his money walking away with him. But well, yeah, that's about it. So no more talking. Let's jump right back into it.
.187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything.
Murders again?
Just get over there.
Oh shit. He's like, don't say shit, get the fuck out.
I'm thinking of moving up.
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Bitch.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now.
Oh,
judge me
God.
with my arm the same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
I really hope you are too. What's wrong with my outfit? I look sophisticated.
You're behind the wheel. Seem distracted.
We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
What the hell?
Closing one case opens another.
Did
Do
you
you have
guys
any
see that?
idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
I look like who's wearing a lizard man mask.
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
Oh, Bukowski, what's up?
Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Rusty?
Relax, Rusty.
Oh, so you two are partners now?
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
I'll be the judge of this. Neither of you have ever gotten a case right without me, so I will be the judge of this.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I take a look?
Be my guest. Take a closer look at her head and neck.
The neck is bruised pretty badly.
Looks like strangulation. Someone definitely had their hands on her. And look at these ligature marks on her. Look at these ligature marks. Is that a
bruising on the forearms and
bite mark?
Look like bite marks.
Ew.
Very good.
She's been bitten on both hands, on both arms. Look at this.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
Wow.
Spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Huh. No, hold on. Hang on. Maybe. I knew it.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
Oh, all these bills. Any idea what kind of brand they are?
Looks like barbiturates.
There's something inside.
Barbiturates.
Sleeping
What
pills.
else is rattling around in this thing?
Julia Randall.
We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster. Quality English smoking jacket.
Haskell and
I
Shaw.
don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Savile Row, London. She was a model.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Nothing.
There's been a modeling assignment.
D assigned 6582 Hollywood Boulevard. I'm working today, 11 to 4. Come keep me company. Ask for Miss Randall. XXX Julia.
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Nothing. I think that's everything. Better talk to her.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
How was the victim's state of mind, Mrs. Reynoldson?
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Why are you lying? I know she was depressed.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? I found Julia's sleeping pills.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pill box, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
You know about the victim's personal life?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
You're lying again. You know something.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Actually, I can. I found a men's smoking jacket in Julia's bedroom.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What about you? What's your relationship with Julia?
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Okay, come on. That was way too quick. You're withholding information. What is it?
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Hey, Sean.
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
I think our work is done here.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
Maybe.
He rarely gets it wrong.
He's never gotten anything wrong.
No. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
And how do you explain the bruises? Better head to Dr. Stillman's practice. I'm about to say, where the hell did we park the car? Oh shit! Ow! Motherfucker! Hold up. I will pull a gun out of this trunk.
You can drive.
All right, where to?
Stoneman's practice.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Dead. I'm Sherlock Holmes now. Boy, what the hell? What the hell what? There we go. Dr. Stoneman, room 505.
Stoneman, office 505.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
I didn't say I was. I'm just the new one. The newest Sherlock in line. Let's see. 50. Here we go, 505.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman?
Not an asshole.
After they've left.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
What was your relationship with Miss Randall like?
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Because I have evidence that definitely compels that.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
No, but I have access to something else. Julia's pills.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Did you give her any other medication?
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, withholding information.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
I think it's time I head down to the dress shop and see if they know what kind of person Julia was.
old boy whine.
About what?
What do you think about?
I don't know.
But then how do you know he's...
Dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Now you say that, he did kind of look that way.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Dress store.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Okay, Sean, you don't have to be that shocked.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
Nah, she's dead.
She was found dead this morning.
Could you tell me about Julia's employment history?
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
I think she's telling the truth. I mean, what would be the new ding-dong bell? A church bell. No, I think she's telling the truth.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses.
Oh.
The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Because Julia was stealing attention?
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
Yes,
I'd
please.
like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here.
Ah.
She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Okay. Why is that?
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson.
Wow.
Would have cost Henry a fortune. Must really love you.
There you go. What was your relationship like? I think she's telling the truth.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Interesting. And are you informed of Mr. Henderson?
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
I don't think she knows him. She's telling the truth.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
It really sucks you have to tell someone that their friend's dead. Hang on, why can't I? There we go.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Really?
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Okay, we'll be right over there.
Can you drive to this one?
Take us to the morgue.
Where are we going?
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
That's cute. What the?
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
Oh, who's he?
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No
Seriously,
sign of
Roy, shut
morphine
up.
use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Wow. That's a terrible way to go. What about him? Good God, they fucked his face up. What else? Is that a harmonica?
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Interesting.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over.
What is it?
They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal.
Okay.
Thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Fuck off, Roy. Huh. And I thought we were gonna have to drive. So, where's room 2?
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
I want to make a promise. You know you make it.
Let's see,
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Here we go. Interview 2.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Burrow. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
What was your relationship like with Julia?
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Really? Because that's not what I heard. he's moving a lot. Withholding information.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
You have relations with that sweet, beautiful girl? Were you informed of Mr. Henderson?
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Okay, seriously, now you're lying like a motherfucker.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Really? Because that's not what the housekeeper said.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got it. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. Do you think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Huh. You know about the burglary suspect, LeBlanc?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Oh, come on. Now you're definitely withholding. And look at you, giving yourself away. You're withholding information.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But, like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you made it if you got that desk.
Henry Arnett.
Some kind of
Arnett
traveling
Clothing
salesman?
Emporium.
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
What?
I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes.
What?
I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Thanks. He's still lying.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl.
Duh.
Can you pass this on to Bukowski?
We gotta play
Have
smart.
him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Ah, you're hilarious.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Where are we going, you liar?
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Yeah, cool. No, he was there.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Where exactly are you leading me?
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Oh, shit!
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Son of a bitch, he is observant. I just thought I'd be dumb like candy.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Oh, no, hang on, hang on.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
A traveling company?
That's right, Mexico City.
One-way ticket, please. Next to
Oh.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
Why is he going to Mexico for?
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Where's Roy?
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
What is it? What the?
Oh, God. It's Fabergé.
A cigarette
Should've seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
What did you say to him?
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Wow. Sucks for him.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thank you.
Huh. Oh, no you don't.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
We're going the Hollywood Knife Beat. See if we can get some information before we meet up with Phelps and Bukowski
Old Henry's looking as guilty
Galloway.
as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One
I
guy
almost said
plus
Phelps
two
and
games
Phelps and
always
Galloway.
equals problems.
What the?
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was getting shot at. Damn, for every 20 seconds this loading screen takes away from me. Oh damn it!
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Stay down.
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
No.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. They nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Huh.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie."
Willie?
Do you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks.
Interesting.
Perfect help.
Thanks.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Take us
You
to the
can
police
drive.
station.
Do we know where we're going? You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
We caught up with Mao. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
Guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town. Tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy?
What?
Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the
He called him Finbar.
Item stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
Seriously, Rusty, after all this time you still don't like me? Come on, man.
Thanks.
Is he still mad about the Black Dahlia? Is that it?
Is the cigarette case on there?
Let's see. Yeah, here it is. A Fabergé gold cigarette case.
Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Mrs. Beverly Everstrom. Look at the black sapphire ring.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Mrs. Beverly Everstrom. You don't think a silver pill box from Mrs.
Seems
Anthea
Julia wasn't the first
Crossford.
Ward Society girl to hide her bennies in that pill box.
And finally, a pearl ring from Mr. and Mrs. S. Cohen.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Arnett's robbed out all of the stuff. I think it's time we make a little stop to the Everstrom's residence.
You're behind the wheel.
Where are we going?
He's only a writer. He can't really help me.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes.
Really?
You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
Thanks. I guess.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps. Nice house.
Huh. Oh.
LAPD, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
Eavestrom.
Would you follow me, sir?
Huh.
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
He was about to ask for one.
Young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
God, detectives and alcohol, they always mix somehow. What do you know about the list of stolen items, Mrs. Eastrom?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective.
Okay, I get your 61 and all, but...
Priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
What? Hold on. There's more to this, and you're not telling me all of it.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
The guy who knows about your cigarette case? It's only valued at $10,000.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
Okay. And about the burglary incident report.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
It looks like she's being honest with me.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective.
Yes,
what
that's right.
What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother.
What the?
Hello, detectives. What is going on?
Heather?
I'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
Daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson.
Heather?
Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
You're wearing a stolen ring.
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Come with us. And there goes my trophy. Wait, so, where does he live?
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What is socking it, sister? You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
There we go. once, I don't blame Roy for saying something like that to a girl. Oh, god damn it! Asshole, you fucked me over! What the hell? Why would you crash into me like that? Did you see the way they swerved into my direction? Dude! Oh, actually, guys, I have to end things off.
Let's find out who your fiance
I have
really
to end things
is.
off right here because I have to go attend. A review session for my final this Friday for this class. So yeah, that's gonna conclude part 1 of this case, which is something I've never actually done before. But what are you gonna do? So hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of LA Noire. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys back here in a little bit. Well, not a little bit exactly, but you know, this is gonna be our finale episode of Assassin's Creed Revelations, which will be the finale of the Ezio collection. I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching, and goodbye.